Have you ever wondered what lurks in the deepest, darkest corners of the internet? Not the place where you casually surf, shop, or socialize, but a territory far removed from the light of day. This is the realm of the dark web, a place shrouded in mystery and misconception. It's an encrypted world, hidden from search engines and only accessible with special software. It's like a sprawling digital city that never sleeps, where the streets are wrapped in shadows and whispers of illicit activities echo in its corners. Its reputation is infamous, and yet it stirs a strange curiosity. What exactly happens in this clandestine world? Who are its inhabitants? What can you find there? These questions often lead us down a rabbit hole of intrigue and speculation. One such curiosity is the notorious Silk Road. Silk Road, a name that echoes with mystery and intrigue, was born in 2011. In the hands of a bright yet misguided mind, Ross Ulbricht, a vision was taking shape. Ulbricht, a physics graduate from the University of Texas, was about to cross a line that would forever change the landscape of online commerce. Deeply influenced by libertarian ideals, Ulbricht envisioned a market beyond the reaches of government control. A place where freedom of choice reigned supreme, where anything could be bought and sold with complete anonymity. This vision was not without its dark sides, as it would soon be used to facilitate transactions of a more illicit nature. To bring his vision to life, Ulbricht employed two groundbreaking technologies, the Tor network and Bitcoin. The Tor network, initially developed by the US Navy, provides a way to anonymize web traffic, making it virtually impossible to trace. By using this network, Silk Road could effectively operate undetected. Bitcoin, on the other hand, offered a way to make transactions anonymously. As a decentralized digital currency, Bitcoin operates without a central bank or single administrator, making it an ideal currency for Ulbricht's unregulated market. With these two technologies underpinning the platform, Silk Road came to life. Products ranging from illicit substances to counterfeit money started to fill its virtual shelves. It quickly became a hub for those seeking what they couldn't find in the regulated world. The transactions were seamless, the anonymity was absolute, and the allure was irresistible. The creation of Silk Road marked a seismic shift in the digital world. For the first time, an online platform was facilitating a free market that operated entirely outside the reach of government control. However, this freedom came at a high cost. The platform's unchecked nature allowed for the sale of harmful substances and illegal goods, causing widespread concern and prompting a global manhunt for its creator. Thus, a new era of digital black market was ushered in. A world where anonymity was king and the concept of regulation was thrown to the winds. It was a world that was as fascinating as it was dangerous. The world of Silk Road. Imagine a marketplace where you can buy anything, absolutely anything. This was the reality of the Silk Road, a digital black market teeming with transactions that would make the most hardened of criminals blush. At the peak of its operation, Silk Road was a cornucopia of the illicit and illegal. From narcotics to counterfeit money, unregistered firearms to stolen credit card information, all were available at the click of a button. But it didn't stop there. Silk Road's digital storefronts even peddled services such as hacking, hitmen, and other unsavory offers that lurk in the darkest corners of the human imagination. This nefarious bazaar was not a small operation. Thousands of sellers flocked to this digital haven, drawn by the allure of anonymity and the potential for substantial profit. Buyers, too, were drawn in droves, their numbers swelling into millions. The volume of transactions was colossal, with millions of bitcoins changing hands daily. As you can imagine, the rapid and explosive growth of Silk Road sent shockwaves through society. The very existence of such a marketplace not only challenged established norms, but also posed significant difficulties for law enforcement agencies worldwide. They were forced to grapple with an entity that was as elusive as it was pervasive. A marketplace hidden in the shadows of the internet, shielded by layers of encryption and anonymity. The impact was profound and far-reaching. Traditional methods of policing were rendered ineffective against the nebulous nature of the dark web. This forced law enforcement to innovate, to adapt, to step into the digital age. The battle against Silk Road marked a new era of cyber policing, an era where the lines between the digital and physical world blurred. However, as with all empires, the sun was about to set on this digital empire. The Silk Road, a marketplace that had once seemed invincible, was about to meet its downfall. But that, my friends, is a story for another scene. Every empire has its downfall, and Silk Road was no exception. It was a tale of suspense, intrigue, and ultimately, a fall from grace. Silk Road, the brainchild of Ross Ulbricht, was soon under the watchful eyes of law enforcement agencies worldwide. The FBI, DEA, and other international bodies began investigating Silk Road around 2011, not long after its creation. They quickly realized the magnitude of what they were dealing with. An online marketplace, hidden in the shadows of the dark web, that facilitated the sale of anything from drugs to firearms. It was a criminal's paradise. Ross Ulbricht, under the pseudonym Dread Pirate Roberts, thought he was untouchable, hidden behind layers of encryption and anonymity. However, he was not infallible. Ulbricht made a few critical mistakes that would ultimately lead to his downfall. One such error was a trail of digital breadcrumbs left in the early days of Silk Road. Ulbricht had used his personal email address, linked to his real name, in a forum post seeking help with the website's development. This seemingly innocuous act would later prove to be a fatal mistake. Another significant error was his decision to hire a hitman to eliminate potential threats to his empire. Unbeknownst to Ulbricht, the hitman he hired was an undercover agent, providing law enforcement with further evidence of his illicit activities. In October 2013, the House of Cards finally came crashing down. Ulbricht was arrested at a public library in San Francisco, his laptop open and logged into the administrative functions of Silk Road. The empire that Ulbricht had built was gone in an instant, marking the end of the most notorious digital black market in history. Silk Road was no more, but its legacy was far from over. The events leading to its downfall serve as a stark reminder of the power and danger of the internet's hidden corners. But the story of Silk Road doesn't end with its dissolution. It was merely the beginning of a new era of online black markets, each learning from the mistakes of its predecessor. Silk Road may have vanished, but it left an indelible mark on the digital world. This clandestine marketplace was a pioneer in its field, spawning a multitude of successors that have sprung up in the shadowy corners of the internet, each of them, in their own way, perpetuating the legacy of Silk Road. A legacy that is as much about daring innovation as it is about criminal enterprise. In the aftermath of Silk Road's downfall, we saw an explosion of new dark web marketplaces. Sites like Alphabay, Dream Market, and Empire Market have risen, each one vying to fill the vacuum left by Silk Road. They offer similar illicit goods and services, operating under the same principles of anonymity and decentralization that made Silk Road so potent and so elusive. But it's not just the dark web that bears the imprint of Silk Road. Its influence can be felt in the ongoing challenges faced by law enforcement. The investigation and shutdown of Silk Road was a watershed moment, forcing authorities worldwide to reckon with the realities of policing this new digital frontier. Today, law enforcement agencies continue to grapple with the technical and ethical complexities that Silk Road brought to the fore. The legacy of Silk Road also extends to the wider debate around internet freedom and regulation. Silk Road was built on the principle of absolute freedom, a freedom that allowed for the exchange of anything, no matter how illicit. This has sparked a contentious debate about the boundaries of internet freedom, a debate that continues to rage on. On one hand, there's the argument for the unrestricted freedom of the internet, a freedom that Silk Road championed. On the other, there's the argument for regulation, to prevent the internet from becoming a lawless space where illicit activities can flourish unchecked. Silk Road, a symbol of the dark web's potential and peril, continues to fascinate and horrify us. Its story is a cautionary tale, a stark reminder of the double-edged sword that is the internet, a tool for innovation and freedom, but also a platform for crime and exploitation.